Hello everyone! Today we are here at the University of Twente. We're going to ask some students what they think about chat control and how it should be implemented, if at all. First of all, do you already know what chat control is? All right.
Not really. What is chat control?
I know that the EU wants to implement that into our phones and that they want to look at what we send.
Do you know a little bit more behind why they want to implement that?
Probably so they can see like any illegal activity being spoken about.
How do you feel about that?
To be fair, it's quite a nice approach to tackling the problem. However, then it's not like you pinpoint that specific data that you may or you may not have on your phone. You have to go through every single thing that you have on your phone, which is private.
Yes.
So, how are they planning to also just keep the privacy of people?
One side, I see that it does track everything you're basically going to be sending out. So in terms of privacy, that's a bit iffy. But at the same time, if you really want to detect these kind of people, if they're using their phones and everything, then it's a good way to mitigate that.
Who would you trust with your data?
Google, please don't steal my data. Maybe the government would be a better idea because Google is just going to sell my data.
But I would say at the moment, keep it on the EU grounds, just something like the European Commission can have another committee that oversees this. Otherwise, giving it to private companies or a specific country might make it more, biased.
To be fair, as a normal citizen, it wouldn't concern me quite a lot who gets to manage my data, because at the end of the day, as long as I don't get prosecuted by a joke that everyone makes, then I'm fine with it, as long as we don't experience anything bad about it. So.
Say a country sues the Netherlands. All citizens of the Netherlands could have their data used within that lawsuit.
Is that something real that can happen if this gets approved?
That is something that can be very much done.
That's clear invasion of everyone's privacy, and especially people that have nothing to do with the lawsuit itself. I don't like that.
It's the work of the European Union to basically just think about all of those stuff and then make sure that no countries then find that loopholes. Then you can get all the data from all the other countries' citizens.
Yeah.
I mean, that feels like an excuse from a country to another country. Hey, I want to see all the data you have in your phone. There must be a bigger threshold and a better reasoning for that whole thing to happen.
What do you think about the barrier of having a lawsuit be a requirement for the data to be used?
In that case, then it makes a bit more sense. You're suspicious of having said content, then if the state prosecutes you, then it makes sense, as long as it doesn't involve every single individual in the country that may or may not have those kind of things.
Exactly.
So for me, prosecution, then it makes a bit more sense to to go through it.
I think that is a good threshold where if there is a suspicion or the law enforcement think that there is something existing there, then it already makes it more easy for them to actually see it.
Sorry. With apps like WhatsApp that have end-to-end encryption, they ask you whether you're okay with chat control being implemented to your data.
Yeah.
If you say yes, you're able to make full use of the app. But if you say no, you can only send text and they won't surveil you in the same type of way, or at least that's how they say it.
Yeah. To be fair, I only use WhatsApp for the whole purpose of communicating, so text messages is the most that I use. It's not that it influences me quite a lot to send pictures or gifs or stickers or anything. It's the functionality of the app is to send text, so it doesn't concern me. It's just sending pictures and it's nice, but then I can also find other ways to communicate with my friends if WhatsApp starts doing that way. So.
Exactly. Yeah. How do you feel about if this law goes through? Your data is still being stored somewhere, even if it isn't actively being used for something like a lawsuit.
It depends on the retention period. If the data should be stored for the remaining time of the lawsuits against me or the country is there, but once the purpose of the data is fulfilled, why are they still keeping it? So there raises the questions about how, in case that you need to go back to the lawsuit, for example. I see both sides of it, where you need to keep it for reopening it, but at the same time, if you're finished with it, why are you trying to use it again?
knowing that that 2-year period is currently proposed, how do you feel about that?
The data is redundant to keep. So 24 months period also feels to me that it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Let's say that if they're a suspect in this, then definitely their data should be kept until the investigation or the lawsuit against them is finished. But if someone is proven innocent because of their data doesn't contain anything such like that, keeping that data is redundant and it shouldn't be there.
Is there any concern that is brought to you when talking about maybe different implementations of this tool?
Yeah, like if it works for that, then who says that that it cannot be used for any other like for any other things that the government may think like, oh, I want to look at these, like I want to look at the citizens for multiple reasons that are not to be prosecuted, but more like out of curiosity. Then you start losing control of it. I think like as long as there's someone that have to put a stop when needs to put a stop, I think it should be fine. But like only put it for prosecution, things that you really need to look into the data of people to have.
Knowing what I just told to you about chat control and the way it's being proposed right now, would you be in favor, opposed, or undecided whether you want this law implemented or not?
I think opposed because it's an invasion of privacy for a lot of people that are innocent if that happens. And also, it says foundation for more stuff of our privacy to get stolen.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, as I said, I think I would be in favor of implementing it as long as it's regulated for in an individual basis. So like as long as no one finds a loophole that that my data is at stake.
Yeah.
Because someone else is being prosecuted, so then everyone pays the same price for one person. So, as long as there's barriers to that, I think I would be fine with implementation of it. As long as it doesn't then get out of hand with how do you implement this thing. So
It really depends on how they're, well, first of all, collecting and overseeing the data. So that's the only thing that I have. But apart from that, the idea and the concept behind the tracking is good, I think.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So we've now asked some people about what they think about chat control, whether it should be implemented. What also matters is your opinion. So please place your comments down below, what you think about chat control, and we would love to hear from you. Take care.